Hey guys, my name is Tana and welcome to my channel. Today we are reviewing the Mercedes GLB 200, and my question that I want to answer in this video is the GLB a wannabe? Let's go find out. Welcome back, the GLB 200. Let's begin with what is the GLB 200. Camera flip, and let's see what we have in front of us here. Well, the GLB 200, if all of you do not know what they are, this is a brand new platform. Mercedes has the GLA, it has the GLC, GLE, GLK, GLS. They got lots of GLs, but in every single iteration, the GL series, it's pretty much a very sporty looking SUV. But for the first time, and I believe I must say that this is the first time ever, they made this brand new platform called the GLB, and it's not trying to look like the others. Because don't you feel that all the Mercedes cars are trying to mimic each other, except for the G-Wagon. The G-Wagon is an deviation. The G-Wagon, the AMG GT, those are cars which are unique by its own accord. But the GLA, GLC, the SDC, the C-Class, the E-Class, they all have inherent design characteristics to them. You can see it's a Mercedes. You can see there is a heritage, the pedigree, the design flow from one to another. This GLB breaks the mold because look at it. This is not your typical looking SUV that you'll find in this modern German category. For once, it's boxy. Yes, the boxiness is what that makes it so much different. Because the GLB was designed not for form, but for function. It wasn't designed to look good, but was designed to be practical. But in doing so, they've made a unique product. The front of the car itself, or the SUV, or MPV, stay tuned, it's different. For once, you've got a Mercedes which looks very chiseled. If this came with a very big engine, and if this came off-road ready, I wouldn't be surprised. That's the look and feel of this car. And I know this grille over here, if you see the GLB versus the GLB 200 and the GLB 250, which is a bigger engine, a 2-liter engine, or the GLB 35, I believe, this is supposed to be the lowest product that they have, the GLB 200. And this is supposed to be less sporty, but you know what? I actually like these grills over here. Because they are chunky, chunky bits over here, it gives you a more beefy look. The other grill gives it a more sporty look, but I think these ones actually do the part. And if you get the lowest end, which what we have over here, this is the lowest end GLB, you get these additional bottom lights, fog lights, which is pretty good. The lights, obviously, it's a new thing, squarish lights with this little DRL going across. We've got chrome bits down there. All of it are there for no reason whatsoever except to look good. You've got these lines over here in the hood, which goes across, and they are actually quite nice. I hope you can see them, because when you drive the car, you can actually make out those lines very clearly. It gives you a very pronounced look when you are driving and looking down at those lines there. You see this? Yeah, these lines here, they're very pronounced. So, since we're on the side here, let's talk about the tires. These tires, they run on Conti EcoContact 6. So these are pretty much the new range of the EcoContact from Continental. I think it's about 2 years old, running on 18-inch profile, and quite thick actually at 55 and at 235. So they're actually quite beefy, quite nice. They got cladding all over from the front all to the back to protect you, I guess, if you're doing more SUV stuff. But this is not a 4x4 or a 4-wheel drive for the matter. This is a 2-wheel drive version. If you go for the GLB 250 AMG line, I believe that comes with 4-wheel drive. This is a front wheel drive engine with a 1.3 turbo And 1.3 turbo, you might think, is that powerful enough? Is the 1.3 turbo sufficient? And that's where we begin the whole topic of, is it a wannabe? What is it trying to be? You might think, oh, it's trying to be looking like a very macho looking car. Well, it is trying to be that, but I think for what it is, it's sufficient. The engine, the 1.3 engine, I thought it's going to be underpowered, but I was surprised. It's quite nice. If I were to rev it hard though, the sound it makes isn't quite attractive, but with the radio on, it's quite comfortable. In fact, the only problem with this car, I feel, is it's actually too quiet. It's a very quiet car. I'm surprised how they managed to get the NVH so low. Up there, you've got a roof rail, which is quite nice. Like the fact it's pretty long. I mean, think about this. Normally, roof racks are actually 4 feet. This is easily about, I would say, 6 feet plus. So it's a very long roof rail. I'm pretty sure you can put in a lot of stuff in there. In the back, because they've tried to make this as square as possible to give you as much room inside, and the inside, I think, is where the party trick really is in this car. The inside is something that you should really spend time to look at. But because they've made the roof kind of flat here, you've got this flat profile, which some might say, oh, it's boxy. But you know what? To me, this flat surface here gives it a more menacing look. I just feel it's more masculine. It's a welcome change. I mean, look at that over there. You got the Myvi there and how it's slanted. But over here, it's square. It's different. It's unique. For once, it's a product that is unique to this car and nothing else. And obviously, this is the first generation GLB, and I like the fact it's unique. Now, I spoke about the interior. Let's go to the interior. I want to go to the back first, because the front is pretty much, well, there's some unique bits over there, but the back is what really intrigued me. Look at that interior. As a father, as a upper life, guy, I'm inside the GLB in the rear seat, and I want to sell this car to you as I'm not selling the car to you, but you get the idea. This, to me, it's a 5-seater SUV with a backup rear seat, which I'll show you later. But as a 5-seater, it's extremely comfortable. I mean, guys, look here. I wonder, I hope you can see this, but you know what? This is like S-Class level foot space. There's so much space in here. It's so much space. Look at that. Look at that. Look at my knee over here. I'm not sure you can see this. And here, I can't even tell you how far this is. Easily maybe a foot of knee room over here. And same on the top. So much space. So much space. So again, I'm totally blown away how much space there is in the back. If I would look to the front from where I sit, again, extremely spacious. That's me sitting there. And yeah, space is what you get in this configuration. When you're trying not to make a car shooting brake design, trying to make the car looking sporty in the back, what you get is you get all that space, and that's quite beautiful. Now in this configuration, what I've done is, let's open the back. With a 3-seater configuration in here, again, so my seats there, they actually gave you a tonneau cover. So the tonneau cover is here, and as you can see, it's a extremely big space for you to put stuff in. So for a family, most often you are not using the 3rd row seat. You are using it to carry stuff. Nice tonneau cover is there. This is a perfectly good sized, in fact, very large SUV. If you compare this to the CR-V or the CX-5, this is way bigger, and extremely functional. And that's where I think some people will have problem with this. Again, the tonneau cover here goes under here. I'll show you quickly. If you flip this up, this opens up this way. And again, I'm trying this one hand over here, and this bit here, if you just pull this comes out, and we just this out, this bit there, it goes in like, 1 second. Hope I'm doing it right. Okay guys, I've got to try to push this camera over here and to show you how I'm actually putting this up. Can I put this camera here? here. Yeah, I can have a hole. Okay, so I tried yesterday at night, so oh yeah, this comes off. Here we are. Sorry about that. Yep. That's me being an idiot trying to learn. But again, it goes in here securely. This flap comes out, and that's where the tunnel cover goes in. They don't have a spare wheel here because yeah, you don't need a spare wheel. Okay, I think it goes the other way around. Yeah, but anyway, it's here, and this bit here kind of goes over this, and you're covered. And how you get to that back row seat, it's where the magic starts. Now again, in this configuration, as you can see there, lots of space, but you need to move it just a little bit the front. And that's where I think you start to compromise. So if you want, a second and third row seat, what you gotta do is kind of push this a little forward. And again, I'll show you how it looks like with me. Again, still a lot of room here, a lot of room still. If I just push the seat a bit forward, and what you get back here is this. So how you open this is first, this is the lock and unlock. So you unlock this and you press this and it folds up. Again, unlock, and you press this, pull this, and it locks. And there we are. That's your full 3-row seat configuration. Again, power tailgate. Let's see how it is in the back, getting in and out. Now this particular vehicle, GLB, in overseas markets they actually sold as a 5-seater with an optional, but you pay extra to get the 3rd row seat. So that's why if you come in here, again, to go in, you pull this and pull that latch here. Okay, but that's all you get. You get a small space to walk in. You cannot actually walk in easily. You got to almost jump in to get to the back there. So it wasn't designed to be a 7-seater, but they have the capability for you to be a 7-seater. My feet almost have got to go on top of this and that there. So I've got to almost like jump in, which is not nice, but you know what? You get a 7-seater. In the back at this particular level, I'll show you my leg. I've got zero knee room here, you know, but that's not all that bad, because what happens is you got to first push up your headrest, which is over here. Once that is up, okay, 1 second, you just pull this around here. Let me get out again. It's not as you can see, I'm trying my best to be to look good for camera. Let me just pull the seat. Okay, so this is the furthest the seat can go in. Okay, the furthest the seat can go forward. The seat is all the way forward now, and let me get in the back to see if I can fit now. So again, second try. I'm in here. So, second try. The chair in front was pushed all the way forward. Let me just pull this here. Yeah. Now, you know what? I actually fit. So yeah. So if the seats here are more upright and pushed all the way forward, then yes, then I can fit. This again is my leg room. Enough leg room, probably about 3 or 4 inches here. Headroom, yeah, about 2 or 3 inches, and I'm 170. But yeah, it's not big, guys. It's not so big. But what you get is USB-C in the back. You got this holder. You got some places to put some strap down stuff. And getting out, it's a latch there. You pull this, and it goes forward a little. Just a little. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ouch. I wish I was making this up, but as you can see, it's not a very comfortable 7-seater. I mean, it works, it's possible for this as a 7-seater, but I cannot imagine for the likes of me to use it as a 7-seater on a daily basis. I wouldn't. But the fact I've got this capacity to bring 2 other adults in the back, or small adults in the back, why not? It's something that's nice to have. And I believe if you want to look at this side over here, let me flip around. It's actually a warning label here which says under 169 cm. So I barely make it. I'm about 170, so I'm probably about 2 inches taller than what's required to go in the back. So yeah, so it's really meant for small adults if you're that height. If not, forget about it, you know. So again, what do I think of this Wannabe? Is it an off-road vehicle? No, it's not. Is it an MPV? No, it's not. Is it a SUV that can go places and do stuff to have a more active lifestyle? No, it's not. But it's a vehicle that does everything with moderation, because you know what? You've got a nice roof rail. You got a nice space in the back. Look at that, so much space in the back to carry stuff. You got the you got this. You got the brand going for you, Mercedes. And you know Mercedes makes extremely good cars. They are reliable, they don't break down. You have that. You have the fact that when you get into Mercedes, again, you have that interior. It's a lovely interior, lovely materials. Everything is made to be just so strong and firm. Build quality on this car is excellent. Nothing to default about it or fault about it. And yeah, if you like the shape of the vehicle, if you like the fact it's more square, the fact it's bigger than a GLC, I believe, because it's way taller than GLC, and because it's more flat in the back, it looks way bigger than a GLC. Yeah, why not? And for the price you're paying for, which is about 270,000 ringgit if I'm not mistaken, it is a very compelling argument to get this vehicle. In the front, let's look at the infotainment system. To start the Mercedes, as usual, you got the start stop here. Okay, one thing I can't figure out is why must I actually press a button to clear the warning each time I'm in there. Although I put my seatbelts on, but again, that's probably a Mercedes thing. This screen to you probably is familiar. You got this long screen here from all the way there to all the way here, which is actually 2 little screens from here and to here. Some people love it, some people don't. I am not a fan of the screen here, you know. I know they're making the new MBUX Hyper screen, which is like a more of a curved screen which will go all the way around. And I think when that comes, that will be a welcome addition to the Mercedes lineup. This screen to me feels very much like aftermarket, but you know what, all Mercedes are doing this now, so you can't actually fault them. In terms of ergonomics over here, yeah, you got this beautiful vents over here. I think these are just fantastic, you know. The turbine vents here are amazing. With one operation, you can direct where the wind blows, as well as the amount of volume of air comes through, and the fact it's evened out. You see, you got not 4, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 vents. And I'm very OCD about stuff, and I like the fact it's evened out nicely. You got 1 in the center, 1 here, and 1 here. What I'm not really what I wish was different though is that what if they had the screen just a little bit longer, because I just find that this is hanging and this is like inside. So my OCD self says I wish it was a bit longer so that it should be evened out here. So that's just my OCD thing. I'm sure it's not an issue, but yeah, it's just me being weird. Buttons and dials, again, extremely very nice. I mean, they are beautiful buttons over here, again, for temperature control up and down. The menu to go into the climate control menu, okay, in and out. Okay, you've got your blower up and down. Okay, you've got your auto or manual air conditioning, ventilation. You got your You see here, this is quite interesting. I mean, a lot of cars they put that hazard lights button somewhere really up in front here, and it looks a bit weird, like it's out of place. But here they actually kind of hidden it, the button over here, and I actually enjoy this fact that it's like seamlessly integrated to all the buttons here. Very nice. You got your circulation button for your air conditioning, aircon rest. I believe this is like to aircon, to off the aircon when you are in traffic, and sync the entire back and rear section of the car. Vents, as you can see, I believe there are vents here you saw earlier. Okay, you can open and close them. They're quite similar to the one in front, except they're much smaller. No vents in the back because again this is meant to be a 5+2, not a 7. And what else? You've got this beautiful center console. I honestly think in terms of center console, the Mercedes have come a long way. They are probably one of the...
What do you want to do?
Oh, I said Mercedes, that's why. Cancel.
Can you say that again, please?
Cancel. So don't say the word M in here and it'll think that you're trying to do something. You got very large compartments here. Again, extremely nice, very deep. I think they can fit my phone just about. You've got your USB-C, as many around this car, and you got the button over here. So this thing is quite ingenious because again you can actually press this and it opens up to hold the drinks in there. Okay, so yeah, quite nice, quite secure. This is the little touchpad here. Again, you can scroll left or scroll right. Okay, so again, off here. Navigation, map, radio, telephone, your favorite button, favorite for some shortcut buttons for the same, your car system, and your reverse camera. Reverse camera on this car, it is not 360. As you can see, they've got the reverse camera. Okay, and they've got a wide angle. What's interesting though is I hear a sound as if the motor is spinning when you on the camera. I want to see where is the camera actually mounted, because yeah, it seems like it's somewhere on the top of the window. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a look later. Okay, and again you've got parking space, so you can drive forward and it'll let you know where you can park the car, to give you aid for parking. Other than that, over here, this is where typically a car has its gear lever, but again this is a Mercedes, the gears are not here. The gears are all the way there on that side. This is to, I guess, to rest your palm, so you don't rest on this. Quite nice. And then you press a lever here, a button here, and it opens up, and you've got ampount packets from Mercedes. Yeah, happy new year, guys. Okay, this is actually quite deep. As you can see, my hands in there. Another USB-C in there. No other ports there except for the USB-C, and it's quite deep, so yeah, quite nice. And being Mercedes, everything here is built in like a tank, and this is further accentuated by the fact that on this particular car, you don't have that whole sweeping line thing. Most modern cars have got thing by the whole front dashboard. It's linked up when you go all the way there. It links back to the door cards. Over here, no, it goes there and it stops right about there, and this is separate because the design for this car is to be more chunky, more, I guess, more military, more robust, more manly, I guess. And it does show in these levers over here, handles over here. These are not aluminium, they're just plastic covers, but they feel like as if aluminium. A very chunky hole to it. If you open a door over here, as you can see, very chunky place to hold your hand to kind of lock the door, and you get the beautiful knock button from the close button, the close sound from Mercedes, as you can see. Wow, beautiful. And that's it. That's about it. Should you buy this car? Should you look at the GLB? If you want a Mercedes which is different, because again, all Mercedes now look very bling bling, and they're very beautiful cars to look at. They're reliable, good to look at, and a lot of them seem very similar to the other Mercedes. This GLB gives you an opportunity to get a Mercedes which is different, because you know why? The shape of it is so unique. Being the first generation GLB, is something for you to consider. Not for everybody, but if you want that large 5-seater SUV, fuel economy, which is fantastic, and once in a while you want to floor the car, the power and the torque is there, well, this car has it. This may be it. So again, go to your nearest Mercedes dealership and see if this fits your fancy, and I'll see you soon in the next video. I'll do a short drive on how this car handles on the road. Till next time, this is me saying go out there and have a little more fun.